Yeah, pretty rare for it to be declared for a health emergency, that's for sure. Rachel, thanks live at the Capitol tonight. Let's get to CBS 13's Marissa Perlman now. Marissa, I know you've been digging into the victim in all of this. What are health officials saying about the patient who died this morning?
Well, as you mentioned, Tony, we did learn from Princess cruise ship officials about the patient from Rockland, a 71-year-old man here. But officials at the press conference here in Auburn this afternoon, frankly, couldn't say much about him, saying they wanted to be sensitive to family and friends of the victim who died here early this morning at Kaiser Roseville. What is jarring, though, is the information they still don't know. They still don't know how widespread this virus is and how many people might be infected or exposed from just this one patient.
So, Marissa, we do know that the patient wasn't tested for about 3 days. Why is that?
Yeah, the timeline from this man's diagnosis to his death here just this morning is worth noting and talking about. The patient first noted symptoms on board that cruise ship about 2 weeks ago to the day, and it wasn't until 8 days later that the patient called 911 and was transported here to the hospital. He was not tested for coronavirus, as you mentioned, for 3 days, and that's because health officials say he didn't show symptoms that fell under CDC protocol to test him at the time. That wasn't until the 1st. He was confirmed to have coronavirus on the 3rd, and unfortunately, as we've mentioned, he died just 1 day later this morning.
I was struck by the tone of the news conference today, Marissa. I know that officials have been trying to calm the fears, but this is the first time they've really kind of stepped up their rhetoric to say, hey, we've got to be ready for this, including supplies, including watching our loved ones, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly raising the red flag here from Placer County officials today, putting the county on that local health emergency. Here's the warning that those health officials gave to the community.
I no longer believe that the risk to the general public from COVID-19 in Placer County is low.
Yeah, so that's the first time we've really heard that today. And so we asked, why is that? What is the risk level? Placer County leaders tell us this essentially means that community transmission is likely. You should be alert for yourself and be wary of symptoms you see in yourself and other people. And especially that includes on our most vulnerable neighbors, on the sick and the elderly.
Marissa, thanks live outside Kaiser Roseville tonight.